I'm a local artist here in New Hampshire. In fact, I've got my sculptural degree from the University of New Hampshire, and I run a company called Oneail FX Studios. And what we do at Oneail FX Studios is we make imagination real. Sometimes we do it with just little things that you can have in your yard, and sometimes we make it for big amusement parks and theme parks and stuff. But we have a few things here just to make our house a little bit more magical. The tree man. Oh, and look over here. Fans of Harry Potter, we've got a pixie infestation. But let's go over to one of our favorite parts, which is a mushroom and gnome garden that my son Teddy's going to tell you all about. Go ahead. Hey, Ted. So what are these guys?
Little mushrooms and gnomes.
Yeah.
With these little rock guys.
Those are so cool. So tell me, Teddy, did you paint any of these?
I painted this one.
Wow.
And I also made that one, and that one, and that one.
And that's the great thing. Kind of our imagination and inspiration is contagious. And so that's one of the things that we like to do is we create these little things, not to really like define your world, but to help you create your own imagination world so that you can have magic wherever you go. Now you think that's kind of cool? Let me show you how we make them. Come on.
Here we are at Oneail FX Studios.
Hey, get in here! Stop clowning around! Do. Hey Ted, you can pull out the mask now! This is one of the things that we do here at Oneail FX Studios. We make crazy masks where the mouse move and it's just like the movies. Come on in. So in here is the crazy world where we make all of our stuff. So this is the big part of our business where we make what's called silicone mask. Now silicone is actually a stuff that was designed for the medical industry, for people who have like fake limbs and they need to be replaced. So these are masks that we make, and we make them to match some movies, some cartoons. Sometimes we make them look like real men, but lots of times we make them for like the haunted house industry and for movies. And this is the great thing. People can just pop them on. They look like they're in the movies, and then they can pop them right back off. But something like this takes a lot of work. Let me show you how it's done. All right, so we've been joined by Wesley. He's a future assistant. So come on over here, and I'm going to show you a bunch of different steps that we do to make the mask. So now the first thing, it starts off with this thing. It's called an armature, and this is what we sculpt the mask on. And then on that armature, we'll use clay, and we'll sculpt what we want. All right, so that's a different design that we're doing. And then once we have that design, then we can make a mold of it. All right, and so this is actually what produces the mask. We lock this piece into those pieces, and we pour stuff called silicone. Now, silicone is a stuff that's super stretchy, all right? And so that's why it's super soft, and it moves just like skin. So we use that stuff to cast the mask, and that's what a mask looks like right out of the mold. See, it's got some things that these let air out, and this is flashing where it got in between the two pieces. And we have to take that, trim it, and then we can paint it, and we paint it with an airbrush. All right. So in addition to silicone mask, we can use almost the same process to make just about anything we want. Remember those little gnomes that we made earlier? Well, this is how we do it. So we start off with the sculpture. We make it out of this stuff called Super Sculpey that you can actually buy at a craft store. And using some simple tools, we sculpt the little guy that we want. And then we encase him in silicone, and that makes the mold. When we pop them out, they look like this. Remember how the other one had flashing and other bits? Same thing with this. So now we need to take a Dremel tool, and we clean it all up so that he no longer has any bits on him and he's all nice and smooth. And then we dip him in an ink bath, and that gets him all dirty like this, and then we can clean it up with some alcohol, and all the ink stays within the creases, and then using acrylic paint and a paintbrush, boom, you got the finished piece just like was under the tree at home. So now the great thing about all of this is that it combines science, it combines math, and along with the art, because we have to learn about things like back pressure and viscosity and durometers and all those neat things that you can figure out, because we're using so many different materials, and we have to make sure we're doing it the right way and keeping ourselves safe. But once we've got it all figured out, the nice thing is, we can make anything we want. And we're only limited by our imaginations. So you can make little gnomes, cool masks. Maybe we can even make some life-size dinosaurs. Utah Raptor, anyone? And that's going to be animatronic, and it's going to be put in a place in California. How cool is that? What do you think, Ted? Pretty cool? Are Velociraptors one of your favorite dinosaurs?
How sharp are those teeth?
These ones?
Teddy, what do you think?
What do you think? That's gonna bite you! What do you think, Bess?
Ooh!
It's not too sharp.
Not too sharp, and that's the thing, because they're gonna be in a place where it's gonna lunge out and try to bite people. So that's one of those things that you can do with art. You have to be able to paint, you have to be able to sculpt, you have to know math, you have to know science, you have to know a whole bunch of different things. But that's the cool thing. You get to study about dinosaurs. You get to study about monsters, anatomy, real animals, all this fun stuff. Don't you think that's pretty cool, Wes? All right, have fun. Create your own magic.